I guarantee you after watching this video that your offense is going to be greatly improved and you're going to win more games. If you're enjoying my YouTube content, I highly recommend you check out Sportsgamerz.com. This is where I post all my premium Madden 22 content. I have ebooks, offensive and defensive schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault. This content is available for both current and next gen, so no matter what system you play on, we got you guys covered. Our best offer yet is the Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership. This gives you access to the entire site, every tip, every ebook, plus the meta reports for only $19.99. I'll post a link to it in the description and the comments. Make sure to check it out for the best tips and content available at the best price anywhere. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke, back here from Sportsgamerz.com, and in today's Madden 22 tip video, I'm going to break down one simple tip that you can use on offense to drastically improve your offense and win more games now. So this is something that no matter what type of player you are, what mode you play in, you're going to want to use this and you're going to want to put this into your game. This is the single hardest thing to stop in the game right now. The playbook I'm going to be looking at in this video on offense is the Chiefs. Kansas City, they have a very good under-the-radar playbook that I feel like is being slept on. Some people use it here and there, but I promise you guys it is just absolutely insane once you get into it. And we have a special way of running the bunch tight end, which is the bunch tight end is one of the best offenses in the game this year. But I'm about to show you guys something that is way beyond the standard bunch tight end that most people do that is just unstoppable. So we're going to come out and PA boot over, and I have a specific setup. This one tip is just going to blow your mind, I promise you. So it's going to beat any defense in the game. I'm going to start with just man-to-man. So you don't really need any specific things offensively, although there are some things that can maximize this for you. For example, most people are using escape artists at quarterback. You know, a common ability with the slot receiver would be the deep out elite for this crossing route. And I do recommend having your running back as the backfield master because that's going to give you better catching, better separation, and it gives you access to all the different hot routes you can use to the running back. So the setup I'm going to show you guys is pretty simple, and I do want to remind you that if you're new to the channel or if you enjoy my YouTube content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do daily Madden 22 videos from tips, gameplays, and news. You're not going to find this content anywhere else. And if you enjoy it and you rock with me, smash that like button, comment on the video. All that stuff helps me out a great deal. Continue to be able to do these videos for you guys. I can't do these videos without the support. So we're going to go ahead and block the tight end. We're going to put our outside receiver over here, Humphrey. We're going to put him on a whip route. The last step I'm going to do, which is why you want to have the backfield master running back, is put the running back on a Texas route. Now, when you put him on a Texas route, and it's not showing that here, but I promise you I did. It's the play art glitch. He's going to be your first read. He is going to absolutely destroy, especially with the ability I mentioned, man-to-man coverage. As you guys can see here, that's an easy dot. Basically, every read on this play is very good against man coverage, even the whip route. Now, this is how the setup actually looks, and really every player on this play will beat man coverage as long as they're a decent player. Now, I'm not really even sure who Humphrey is, to be honest with you. So you see on the whip route, he still gets wide open. So you guys can imagine, if that's an actual good receiver there, he's going to toast it. Like in man coverage in general, when you play MUT and you have good receivers, whip routes are one of the best ways to win consistently. Now, as we all know, though, you still always have the option to just roll out and hit these crossers and the quick little drag route against man. Really, any coverage in the game, this is unstoppable against. As you guys can see here, I'm able to get out of the pocket and throw this dart on the money with Taysom Hill. And you guys can see here, this is why you want deep out elite on this receiver, is because not only does it help you if they do man you up, you know, just run the route better, but on the sidelines, you get the just crazy toe tap animations all day long. Now, we don't have it here, and we were still able to get it in bounds, but I can promise you if you do have it, it's going to be noticeable. So you have that. Also, like I said, don't sleep on the just quick crosser over the middle of the field to the circle. He's going to beat man coverage too. And this is just a super tough play to stop. Even if they blitz you, this play is going to work very, very well because the running back and the whip route and the quick cross are they get open so fast. I'm just going to put Winston in the game. they can't really get to you before you get the reads off. So, like, if they did run, say, Mike Blitz. All right, guys, so even if they try to send a blitz at you, this play does really, really good. Basically, all you're going to do if they do blitz you is you're going to identify who they're going to use or guard. If they use or guard the running back, you want to quickly hit either the whip or maybe the crosser. As you guys can see, it's going to be a huge play against man coverage, especially if they blitz you. If they pick wrong who to use, you might score a touchdown. Now, if you take a look at the replay, really every receiver was open here. You see the crosser, if we waited, the quick one, that's open. The whip route is open too. And the running back's open too. You know, we just had the most separation here with number 10. He got the most open. And also, this is your preferred read to go to because if you can get open on this route, this is a touchdown, as you guys can see here. This is going to be a touchdown as we get the crazy yards after catch, and we're able to take off for a touchdown. Now, this play is equally effective against zone. There's really no good way to zone drop this play or even just play standard zone against it. It does not work. If you start out in the meta 2-4-5 odd, pinch 2 defense, you're going to see that this play does toast cover 2 no matter how they set it up. So, again, we block the tight end, we put the running back on a Texas route, and then the outside receiver in the bunch on a whip route. So the first read should be the whip route, and if they have a soft squat, it's essentially going to kind of man up on that, and as you guys saw previously, man coverage gets beat by this. Now, if they decide to maybe shade over the top for cloud flats, or they zone drop their flats deeper to help maybe stop the crossing route, because remember, this crossing route is super deep downfield, then this is going to be an easy play too. The only really way to consistently slow that down, and you're not going to get huge yardage on it unless they zone drop pretty far back though, but it still is open, is to play a hard flat. Now, if you play a hard flat to try that, take that away, and, you know, obviously, as you guys can see here, you're just going to give up this all day long. We're able to turn upfield and get another touchdown. Now, you also have the same problem defensively on the other side of the field, because you might say to yourself, well, what if you just try to put this guy in a third, back him up to maybe play the crossing route better, whatever. Well, if you do that, you're going to give up the quicker flat to Callaway. Callaway, he might not get you a million yardage, but he's going to be open. Just an easy, quick throw. Nice, right? Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, what if you had a zone drop flat and then had your purple zone set to like 5 yards and put it over here? Then what? That could be a decent idea. The only problem here is now you're giving up the other side of the field in the middle, because remember, you're still going to have to run with this crosser immediately, and if you do that, I'm just going to throw to my Texas route. And one of the things about this play that I haven't mentioned yet is the Texas route and the whip route. They're 2 great routes on their own, and same with the crossing route. But really, all 3 of these routes work together, because if you look here, we've basically created a triangle concept, which I always talk about in beating zone coverage and just coverage in general. We got Kamara here, the little crosser here, and the little whip route here, and it basically creates a triangle. That's the perfect zone spacing, because you have this guy right here who's going to take the zones back further deep. This guy right here is extending the zones horizontally to the sideline. And then Kamara, he's coming underneath the deeper cross, and he's also working horizontally to the side of the whip route. So the spacing is very good here, and because this guy pulls and he sort of hooks or whatever deep, this guy pulls and he flats to the sideline, and then we have Kamara coming underneath, exposes the hook zones, and then also exposes the flat zones horizontally. So that's why this play is so good, is the spacing. I mean, as a user, you can't guard all those routes and bounce back and forth. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. Now, cover 3, if you want to look at that, it's essentially going to be the same thing, right? We immediately look into the flat and we see, hey, like, are they taking the flat away? Do we have any of these quick hitters? And if not, hey, that's happening all day long. That's why, like I said, even though this play has that big play potential, that should always be your first read. Now, that's going to expose the flat, which then is going to make them respect him, which is going to more so open up Kamara more than anything. Because remember, they got to run with these routes over the middle field as we get it under pressure and accurate, of course. But the thing is that if they stay home with their user on the running back, this is what makes this play so hard, is you got to user the middle this year, or really any year of Madden. And if you're going to stay over the middle field and watch Kamara, then, you have no shot of defending this crossing route when you have to also respect the flats, right? Because, honestly, when you roll out, you can throw this crossing route, and as we get another inaccurate throw, you can throw this crossing route, you know, pretty much over the top of any zone drop. But like say they watch the crossing route with their user, then they have no shot of guarding the running back. That's why this play is so hard to stop, is you have two routes that are literally pretty much, if you want to stop them, you have got to have manual coverage on them. And obviously, one of them's going to the left, one of them's going to the right. You can't be in two places at once. Match coverage, not going to work either. That's why this play is so good, is because you open up the defense, expose them with the little quick crosser that goes to the right, and then the whip route to the left. And those two routes perfectly complement the two bigger threats on this play. So this play also does a really good job to beat match coverage, guys. As match coverage is concerned, all you really got to do is see who the user guards, because the flat and the quick crosser do such a good job of opening up those two other routes. At that point, it's just who does the user guard? I mean, if he doesn't want to guard the crossing route, match coverage is not going to work on it. And then if he wants to go user the cross, I mean, we're just going to hit him underneath. Now, the great thing about this play is, look, this whip route is essentially being matched, and you guys know that it's a man beater, really. So at the end of the day, it's going to beat match too. Anytime you have a route that does really good against man, chances are it's also going to do very good against match, because match is essentially man coverage. So this is something I definitely recommend you guys putting into your arsenal. I'm actually going to post a full bunch tight end scheme on sportsgamerz.com this week in the Madden Vault. So if you are a Madden Vault member, be sure to check that out. If you're not, I highly recommend you pick up that VIP membership so you can have access to everything on the site, including the Madden Vault and all of our ebooks for only $19.99. It is an amazing deal.